One of our primary missions here on Good Day Dayton is to highlight and feature the local businesses, the nonprofits, and the outdoor spaces that make the Miami Valley a great place to live. And today we are doing exactly that. We are featuring one of my favorite things, and that would be champagne. And no, I'm not talking about French wine. I'm actually talking about Champaign County. Today, we find ourselves in the seat of Champaign County here in the heart of Urbana. Today, we're taking our entire 1-hour episode and featuring all the things that make this a great place to live, from the local shops, the great local dining, and of course, the outdoor parks and spaces. We are exploring all of it. And that's why I am starting our road tripping special by checking in with the local tourism board to learn more about what makes this community a great place to live and a great place to visit. To get the ball rolling on our road tripping series, the first stop has got to be the Champaign County Visitors Bureau. We're hanging out with our good friend Polly. My friend, how are you doing today?
Wonderful, thank you.
I am happy to be here, happy to see your beautiful town of Urbana. I've already explored a little bit. It's a great place. I'm excited to get to know this town so much better from your expert opinion here at the Visitors Bureau. How would you describe this town? What is really the sentiment here, or the way people here live?
Yeah, well, first of all, we are all about community. Whenever you come, especially downtown, the businesses work so well together. They support each other. We really thrive on that small town vibe, but at the same time, we are so close to Dayton, so close to Columbus, that we really feel like we have the best to offer everyone.
You got the best for the Dayton folks, the Columbus folks, and for your locals right here in town. And like I said, we've got a whole great docket for our entire road tripping series to explore Urbana and the surrounding community here in Champaign County. Maybe you can just rattle off a few of those go-to businesses that myself and my team have to visit.
Well, it's almost impossible to narrow it down, but we've got some great local businesses downtown Urbana, whether you want to grab a drink at Urbana Brewing Company or some delicious traditional Venezuelan food at Abuela's Kitchen. There's plenty of options right here in downtown Urbana, but you've got to check out places like the Johnny Appleseed Museum or Dragonfly Vineyard and Winery, but especially places like Freshwater Farms, with just so much to do for anybody in the family.
You listed a lot of very cool places there. Some of them I already know a lot about because of my research, but I'm excited to get to experience them firsthand. Polly, thank you so much for having us here in Urbana. We're going to check back in with you after we explore everything. We can then, I guess, chit-chat a little bit about all the best things here in Urbana. But for now, thank you so much, and I'm excited to hit the road. And as Polly said, there are so many great local businesses and outdoor spaces here in the Urbana area. Our next stop on our road trip through Champaign County was to a wonderful place called Freshwater Farms. The following segment is brought to you by Freshwater Farms, a truly great place in Urbana to learn about the natural world, an interactive and educational place for families, and a place for lots of great events. We are here at Freshwater Farms, and we are hanging out with the boss man himself here, Dr. Dave. Of course, a pleasure to be hanging out with you, my friend. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today and showing us around Freshwater Farms. How are you doing?
Thanks. Just doing great. We're enjoying a very good year, and we're in the middle of our busy season, but we are open all year round. So we have indoor things for people to see as well as what's outside.
Just as you said, you have a lot for people to see here, and I want to highlight all the amazing things that you can do here at Freshwater Farms. So when we first pull in off the main road, we see your retail shop here, and you've got lots of great things that you partner with other local businesses on, but also things that you grow and harvest here. Tell me about some of the top things that we can find in your retail shop.
Well, we raise 20 species of fish here, but our main food fish is rainbow trout. We hatch them from eggs, raise them up to several different large sizes for fillets and for our famous smoked trout products that we make.
Your famous smoked trout products, we got to see those firsthand. And also walking around your retail shop, we also saw some of those products that you guys sell that are full meals, basically, right?
We know that some people like that convenience, so we make a lot of different seafood preparations. everything from lobster mac and cheese to jambalaya.
And of course, those are the great items. Plus, they also have ice cream, wine, and so much other great stuff from local vendors from across the area. Now, that's just one small part of this whole property. I gotta talk about the main part, and that's actually right where we are standing right here. This place is called Freshwater Farms because that's literally what it is, a freshwater farm. Can you explain more of what happens in this building and these large pools right outside the building right out here?
Well, yes, actually, after I completed my college degrees, I came back to my hometown and we bought what was an abandoned chicken farm. But it allowed us to have a lot of indoor space. And one of the things we were working with at the University of Wisconsin was how to recycle water so that we don't have such a major imprint on water withdrawal. And so most of what we do inside is water recycling. The barn has been solar heated almost since we started 36 years ago. And now we even have solar panels on the building, which provide us virtually all of our power over the course of a year.
Very cool stuff across the board. And when we walk around there, we see a lot of that different things that you and the team are doing firsthand, but we also see interactive elements for kids to engage with wildlife, the natural world, and even learn. I mean, there are sturgeon you can pet. Tell me more about what goes on inside.
Well, we didn't start off that way, but as people started coming to the farm to buy our trout, they just wanted to spend more and more time, and we enjoyed that. So we've expanded, and we now have a activity area that includes our sturgeon petting zoo and hands-on displays with salamanders and toads and turtles and things like that that kids can really get up close and personal with and have a good educational experience.
Opportunities to feed the fish here as well. Great stuff across the board. And you and I both enjoyed feeding the fish earlier. And we've got to say, I want to make sure it's clear that that indoor area is open all year round. And of course, it's free. You can just come here, park, and come on in. If you want a personal guided tour here with Dr. Dave, that's going to cost a little bit, but overall, just enjoying your time here is free. And another place that you can definitely enjoy when you're here on the property of Freshwater Farms is their beautiful area, a new outdoor wedding venue with lots of natural plants and natural flowers you've planted out there. Can you tell me more about the wonderful area on the other side of your property?
Sure. As we were able to expand into the farm downstream from our fish farm here, one of the first things we did was trying to reuse some of the leftover water that we do have. And so we actually called that the Rainbow Project because that's an acronym for Realizing and Integrating Nutrient Byproducts of Wastewater. But that's how we started, but now the Rainbow Project is so much more.
Long story short, here at Freshwater Farms, you guys have so much stuff. We weren't able to cover everything today, but here in the area of Urbana, Champaign County, a great place to learn about the outdoors, learn about nature, and even bring your kids. And if you're looking for great food to eat, lots of fresh fish, you can come here and buy that as well. My friend Dr. Dave, a pleasure to be hanging out with you today, a marine biologist, an expert, someone you want to keep picking their brain. I wish I had more time to pick your brain today, but we'll have to come back next time.
Thank you, guys.
Of course. Thank you so much. And coming up next on our Good Day Dayton road tripping special, we are highlighting several local businesses that specialize in adult beverages right here in Champaign County, including a local brewery, a picturesque winery, and a local home goods boutique that also specializes in delicious wine. All that and more coming up next. Good Day Dayton continues right after this. Welcome back to Good Day Dayton. As we've already seen, Urbana is filled with great local businesses, and now we are highlighting 3 places that I stopped by that are all great spots to grab an adult beverage. They include a winery, a brewery, and more. Let's check them out. The following segment has been made in partnership with the featured businesses. Just off Urbana's main square, Urbana Brewing has been open since 2022. This is a beautiful building and a great spot to grab house-brewed beer. In fact, the day our team stopped by, I got to witness the brewing process firsthand. I really love the community feel of this place, a welcoming vibe, and a family-friendly place where folks can gather and build real connections. I sat down with Melissa, the brewery's general manager, to enjoy some of their beer and their absolutely wonderful pizza they make in-house and they are known for across Urbana. Now, Melissa told me that the real gem of this brewery is their rooftop patio, a place where they hold all sorts of special events.
It is the first and finest rooftop patio here. We have music up on the rooftop. You get to enjoy the elements and also great beer, great food, and just having something very unique.
just around the corner from Urbana Brewing is our kitchen window. This is a great local shop to find all kinds of unique home goods. The family that runs this store prides themselves on carrying a curated selection from around the world, from candles to lamps and even unique coffee. This team carries goods that you would otherwise have to travel to find. Plus, they uniquely sell their own wine. Co-owner Jeff told me shopping here is truly a unique experience, and I have to agree.
Sip and shop and smell, and it's like our little store is like an experience, and it's kind of like walking into somebody's kitchen and hanging out.
Just a few miles outside of town, Dragonfly Vineyard is a serene and relaxing place to enjoy wine or an adult beverage in Champaign County. This is a beautiful place with an indoor wine cellar where you can enjoy a tasting, plus they have outdoor vineyards where you can walk and take in the greenery. They host special events here, but they also are just a great place to enjoy an evening.
People love it here because it's so secluded. They love the serenity of the place. They love hearing dogs bark, airplanes go over. They love the quiet, and they love being in those vines and looking at the grapes that made their wine.
And I have to agree, I found solace walking through the vines. These are just some of the amazing places to grab an adult beverage here in Champaign County. Coming up next, we continue to highlight some of the great historical spots here in Urbana, including the Johnny Appleseed Museum. That and so much more coming up after the break. Good Day Dayton continues right after this. Welcome back to Good Day Dayton. Did you know that Johnny Appleseed was a real person? And not just that, there is a museum dedicated to him right here in Champaign County. I spent a wonderful visit to their museum exploring the history of Johnny Appleseed. The following segment is brought to you by the Johnny Appleseed Museum. A great place to learn about history, a great place to learn about a significant figure in American history. This is the Johnny Appleseed Museum right here in Urbana, and I have just spent the last 20, 30 minutes or so walking around this place and being truly wowed by the history that is actually really relevant to our region and beyond. Now I have the honor of hanging out with the boss lady here herself, Michaela from the museum. Has got even more info for us all about Johnny Appleseed and more. My friend Michaela, first of all, thank you so much for having me and the team here today. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderfully now that you're here. I'm so glad you're here with us today.
Well, I thank you for saying that. And I gotta start with the first question that came to my mind when I was putting in the Johnny Appleseed Museum in our GPS on our production calendar. And the first question I think a lot of people have when they walk in here, was Johnny Appleseed a real person?
You would be surprised how many people have that question. Yes, he absolutely was a real person.
But the second follow-up there, was Johnny Appleseed his real name?
No,
Okay.
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
It was more a nickname that he sort of adopted over time. Real name was John Chapman.
Now that we've got some basics, we all have some context here, let's tell everybody more about this very unique interactive museum right here in Urbana. So I just want to make sure everybody knows you guys have existed for a while, but now brand new, reopened in a great building, a little bit different than you were years ago. Tell me about where we are right now and the overall purpose and goal of this museum.
Yeah, absolutely. So our museum has been around for a while, as you said. We were originally operating under the umbrella of Urbana University, which is the local college. However, when the university closed, we decided to go independent and open our own museum. So we have been in operation here in this building, which is known locally as Brown Hall, but now we know it as the Johnny Appleseed Museum, since April of 2024.
Early 2024, you guys have been operating here and sharing the history of Johnny Appleseed. And like I said, I had the chance to actually walk around and explore some of that history myself. And questions here, give me the timeline. When was Johnny Appleseed relevant and why was he relevant?
Well, he's relevant forever, right?
At least here in the museum, that much is true.
That's
Yes.
right. But he was born September 26th, 1774, so
Okay.
250 years-ish. Then he dies in March 18th, 1845. So we're looking at the late 1700s to the early to mid 1800s.
And he was relevant because of the apples, right?
Absolutely. This is sort of, hey, he's called Johnny Appleseed, right? So what he does is he essentially is an orchardist who goes ahead of pioneering families who need to have apple orchards in order to maintain their land claims, and he's planting their apple trees for them.
This is beautiful. I love the history. Let's focus on this. If somebody was to come up to this museum for a day with their family, with their friends, maybe with their grandkids, this is a good place for family interactive fun, right?
Absolutely. We like to think that we have something for all ages here. A lot of people sort of began their learning about Johnny Appleseed and ended it when they were in 4th grade. But he's a figure that can be good for all ages. So we do have the history part of the museum, which is great for middle school all the way through adulthood, but we do also have kids spaces and sort of a family walking garden and places for people to hang out.
An interactive kids center. Of course, a couple things that I just want to shout out that you guys are doing great. I had no idea what Johnny Appleseed looked like. You guys have some great renderings and drawings of him here so you can learn about that. They actually own one of Johnny Appleseed's Bibles, which is right here. Very cool, and I think that is so cool that you have one of those very cool artifacts right here in the building. And the last thing, if anybody wants to come here and just set up a time for a visit or a tour, how can they reach out to you guys and actually do that?
Yeah, so they can visit us at our website, that is www.johnnyappleseedmuseum.org. And of course, you can get in touch with us directly through our phone number, 937-206-0915, or they can email me at director@johnnyappleseedmuseum.org.
My friend, all beautiful information. We are just about out of time. The last fun fact I'm gonna give to everybody, we don't have time to go into all the details for this during our segment, so I'm saving something for you guys to come and see when you visit the museum yourself. If you're wondering why is the Johnny Appleseed Museum here in Urbana, don't give them the answer. They have to come see you here in person to learn that. Of course, thank you, my friend Michaela.
Oh, thank you so much.
Welcome back to our Good Day Dayton road tripping special right here in Urbana, and I am here in the heart of Urbana where there is so much great local shopping, from local woodworkers to great clothing boutiques. I stopped by a bunch of these places, and believe me, there is something here for everybody to buy. The following segment has been made in partnership with the featured businesses. If you are looking for local woodworkers, well, you have found your spot. Middle of the Wood is a great shop to find handmade artisan goods, and most of these goods are made by the team right here on the property. The husband and wife team that runs this place is friendly, and they are happy to indulge their creativity while also providing great home goods for the community. Some of their top sellers include their charcuterie boards, and they also take custom requests. And when you stop in the store, be sure to chat with the team. They have a great story on how they got started.
Our customers are our heart, so we come in, you start to feel like family.
A Mustard Seed Boutique is another great place to shop on the square. They have clothing for women and men, and they pride themselves on having unique styles. It's a great place to shop with friendly staff, and this husband and wife duo each bring their own set of expertise to the table. In addition to the clothes they sell, they also carry very cool and unique accessories here.
We're just big believers in eating, living, shopping local, so I wanted to bring that back to my hometown.
Just across from them is another great store. This is Ohio Roots Boutique. They have a curated collection, and they even carry some Western-style clothing, but most importantly, they carry all sorts of Ohio-themed clothing and other local school-spirited collectibles. The team here prides themselves on being a great place to shop with friendly spirits and, of course, something for everyone. Coming up after the break, we are highlighting a great local restaurant right here in Champaign County. They're known for great food, and they pride themselves on great music. We'll learn more about Mix 165 after the break. Welcome back to Good Day Dayton, and the next stop on our road trip through Champaign County was Mechanicsburg. That's another small town here in Champaign County, just down the road from the heart of Urbana. It's a great little spot with lots of local businesses, and one of my favorite spots in all of Mechanicsburg is a great restaurant known as Mix 165. This is a restaurant with great food, and they also pride themselves on great music and really high energy vibes. I loved my visit to this place. Let's check out Mix 165. The following segment is brought to you by Mix 165. Mix 165 is a beautiful place to eat. They have beautiful food that we will learn about in just a moment. And of course, great vibes, great atmosphere, great music here. And the man who brings all these vibes and food is our good friend Brad Winter here. And I say this jokingly, you will feel like a winner when you come into this restaurant. And I say that because you will literally feel like a winner, and also Brad's just gonna share his big personality with you here as well. My friend, it is a pleasure to be hanging out with the boss man here at Mix 165. How are you doing today?
I'm great. I'd like to thank you guys for being here today. This is a great opportunity to share our creations with the world.
Well, we are happy to be here. Really appreciate you and the team bringing us here because we are excited to highlight the good food. But before we get to the food, I want to talk about your story as a restaurant. Relatively new place. How was this place created? What's the origin story of Mix 165?
Well, we bought this location in 2017. After a year and a half remodel, we opened for business in May of 2018. Mix is always one of those words where it's like, oh, are you a radio station? Is this a mix of cuisine? And the name really signifies our commitment to mixing things up on a week-to-week basis. We have new features coming at you on a weekly basis, new cocktail menus on a quarterly basis, new craft beer available, new whiskey options. So we're always mixing the cuisine types up. And it also signifies our commitment to offering great music on a regular basis.
And then just as you said, I know music is really important for you and your whole team here. And if I'm being honest, when I first came across your restaurant in my note sheet and I was looking through my research, I was like, wait, is this a radio station? And I know you take some pride in hearing that people confuse you for a radio station, right?
Yeah. Music's been a big part of my life for many years. We wanted to bring that element to a smaller market. Originally, I was in Columbus after moving out of town for a few years. I was really active in the music scene over there, and I wanted to bring that energy here. So we run music videos on our televisions on a regular basis. We do a live music series from December to May every year. So there's great artists out of both the Dayton and Columbus market that come visit us on a regular basis.
And to clarify for everybody, they got lots of live music here. They play great music here. Not a radio station.
Not a radio station.
A great restaurant with great food. And let's talk about that experience. When someone walks through your doors here on a normal, say a busy Friday evening, what's it like in here? Can you describe the energy and the atmosphere?
I've always been a fan of those high energy spots where you're gonna walk in, it's almost like Cheers, everybody's sitting at the bar, all your friends are eating at table 1, table 2. So we try to really implement that in our training process. Our managers train each of our staff members individually. So we teach them, smile when you walk through the door. We give them a great experience, and then we send them out with full bellies.
Let's talk about the really good part here. The thing that we have just touched on, but we need to focus on, and that is the food. I want to start with the big center plate right here. You guys are known for your burgers, do specialty burgers throughout the year. What do we have right here?
So this is current burger of the month. This is a pimento smokehouse burger. It's got smoked brisket, pimento cheese, all the fixings on it. That's double stacked, just in case you had a big appetite. You can make it a full pound burger.
I was going to say, that's a huge burger.
Huge. You have the option to make it a half pound, but some of those folks got a big appetite.
Let's just run everybody through all the other food you guys are known for here. What do we have here? And just walk us down the rest of the table.
Awesome. Over here we have a pound of our, phenomenal fresh breaded boneless wings.
Tell me about the sauce.
We do some super gourmet sauces here. This is half blueberry ghost pepper and half strawberry jalapeno barbecue.
I've heard about your sauces, by the way, just going through Champaign County, and I told people, hey, I'm gonna go visit Mix 165. You know what they all said? Check out that sauce. Okay, what do we have right here?
This is our boneless chops here. This is our honey garlic chop. This is a new feature that was put on last year. Since it's been on, it's been our top selling entree item.
Keep working your way down the table. What do we have right here?
So this is a New York strip topped with a scampi sauce. So we've got some shrimp in there, nice little scampi, some fresh tomatoes on there. So we offer strips and ribeyes on a regular basis, and you can dress them up, make them fancy, make them flavorful.
Very cool stuff. And we got one last dish we gotta tell everybody about.
Last but not least, this is a classic, chicken Alfredo. This is probably our top selling entree since day one that we opened. Sell hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these a year, so felt like this definitely need to be highlighted.
Well, we are glad we were able to highlight not just that dish, but all this amazing food here. And I just want to close it out by saying, you guys are known for your vibes here, your music, your good food. Just wanted to shout out, you guys also do some giving back to the community, right?
Yeah, we've, since 2019 implemented a program called our Good Eats initiative. Good Eats is a dine to donate program where 15% of that day's sales is then donated to community partners, nonprofit organizations, school programs, and up to this date, we've given out over $65,000.
This is huge stuff across the board. We're just about out of time. We appreciate you showing myself and our whole team around your amazing restaurant. And last thing before we go, if anybody wants to come visit you guys here, remind me where you're located.
We are located at 165 West Sandusky Street in Mechanicsburg, Ohio.
Great stuff across the board, my friend Brad. I'm feeling like a winner now. I think everybody is at home too. And I guess you're always a winner, right? Brad Winner right here, our good friend. Thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate it.
Of course. Coming up next, we continue to highlight great places to eat right here in Champaign County, from a great little Italian spot to a Venezuelan restaurant. There are so many great places to eat, and we'll tell you about all of them after the break. Welcome back to Good Day Dayton. Downtown Urbana has a great dining scene, from a staple Italian restaurant to a unique Venezuelan place to eat. There is lots of good food right here in town, and that's why I want to show you some of my favorite places to eat right here in Urbana. The following segment has been made in partnership with the featured businesses. If you love Italian food, then Urbana is a destination for you. Located in the heart of downtown Urbana, Cafe Paradiso is a wonderful place to dine, serving mouth-watering fettuccine alfredo, which, yes, I absolutely gobbled up. I love the fact that they make their sauces in-house, and the alfredo is truly made to order. They're also known for great house bread and an amazing charcuterie board, and they do their best to source ingredients locally. They even use some ingredients from the wonderful In Good Taste Market, which is literally next door to the restaurant. I love the atmosphere in this place, a wonderful spot to bring a date and enjoy a night out. And yes, the team here hosts visitors from around the state. I also stopped by Abuela's Kitchen. This is a great place to get a true taste of Venezuela right here in Ohio. The music, the art, and the staff's demeanor will transport you to South America the moment you step into the restaurant. But more importantly, they serve delicious and authentic food. They sell arepas here, a very traditional Venezuelan dish, plus they cook up empanadas in the true Venezuelan style. They are so beautifully cheesy, but my favorite thing to eat here was the yuca covered in a delicious verde sauce. Now, the staff here truly believes everyone should give Venezuelan food a try.
It's made from scratch, it's made with love, and it's something different. Obviously, American people never have to, like, in the day basis, you don't eat that food. So a cornmeal dough, can you use like a bread and it's not a bread? Oh, that is interesting to come and try.
Plus, the team here is known for their unique drinks, some of which are actually made with Venezuelan rum. Time now for a sweet treat. Let's head to Let's Eat Cake in downtown Urbana. This place is an incredible spot to get cupcakes. They have a cupcake bar where you can just walk in and grab a goodie. I love these massive cupcakes, and I should say this place is also known for their big special event cakes, like for weddings and such. And they even host some events in their shop.
Party room is available. You can book that by reservation. We can hold up to 20 to 25 guests, and we do baby showers, birthday parties, girls' night out.
I was in a bit of a food coma after those first 3 stops. That's why we stopped by a great local coffee shop. This is Dee's Brew Coffee. Just off the main square in Urbana, this place has great seasonal drinks. Their team made some really unique drinks for us on camera, as they have a wide array of specialty coffees. Plus, it's a really warm and welcoming environment here at Dee's Brew Coffee, right here in the heart of the city where folks can meet and make connections.
We chose downtown because it's the heart of Urbana, and then there's a lot of growth happening downtown. There's a lot of renovations, a lot of businesses are moving in, and we really wanted to be in the center of it.
Welcome back to Good Day Dayton. Our next stop on our road trip through Urbana and the surrounding regions is a truly historic building. The Gloria Theater has been open for years, and it is now a wonderful theater, a cinema, and even an event center. I had the chance to speak with one of the folks who runs the Gloria Theater. The following segment is brought to you by the Grand Works Foundation. We are now inside one of the staple and historic buildings of downtown Urbana. This is the Gloria Theater, and here we find our good friend Stacy. She is the boss lady here at the theater, keeping everything going. And as we'll soon find out, her role is even bigger than just that. Before we dive into the details about why this building is so historic and why you should visit, let's meet our friend Stacy a little bit here. First of all, thank you for letting us see this great historic building. And tell me, my friend, how are you doing today?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm feeling good. I love to explore pop culture. I also just love to learn about history. And this is a great building to do both of those things. And let's understand that a little bit. This is a very historic building. As I just learned, 1904 was the year it opened. Can you give me a little bit more of a history lesson here? How has the building changed over the years?
It was started as a performing arts center, and then it kind of morphed into a movie venue or cinema. And now, over 100 and something years later, we're a hybrid. So we do both performing arts and first run movies.
I love that, a hybrid space. You do first run movies, other performing arts, and even you host events here. And that's what I want to tell everybody about. So wherever they might be watching from now, if they live anywhere in the state of Ohio or even beyond, if they were to come here to see a movie, let's talk about that experience. And I'll give my own personal experience first. When I first walked in the doors of this historic building, I was truly wowed about what this place looks like and the renovations you and the team have put in. Tell me more about those renovations and why that was important for you guys to create a great movie viewing experience.
What we were trying to do is pretty much take it back to kind of a classic old Hollywood feel. Because keep in mind, when you're a hybrid venue, you've got people coming they may be decked out and paying good money to see a live event. So we wanted to strike that balance that if you walk into this theater in 10 years, it won't look like it was renovated in a specific era. So it's that very old kind of Hollywood feel and charm of very, very warm, soft woods, everything that doesn't indicate it was done at a certain time.
That's the decor, the energy, the atmosphere
Yes.
that you get just when you walk in. And let's talk about why you might be coming here. As you said, of course, great movies here on screen, but tell me more about the special events you guys do here.
So our biggest thing was last year we rolled out a Stars on Stage concert series where we bring in national and international artists. And we're doing anywhere from like 7 to 10 events a year. And it's had phenomenal success. It's like over about 60% of the folks we're getting are from beyond the region.
Wow, and that's public facing events, but you do some private events here too, right?
We do private events. We rent the theater. Between the movies though, so we're open every week all year long between our first run movies and our live events. There's a little bit of time in there to rent the theater, and so we do sometimes rent it out for special events, conferences, sometimes special, we do praise services for some of the local churches. We have just a wide variety of things.
You guys are doing a lot of stuff here, and I want to take a step backwards here for a second because I refer to your team a lot here, but let's tell everybody who your team really is. We're here at the Gloria Theater, but this is run by the Grand Works Foundation, which of course you are the boss lady of that as well. Tell me a little bit about the Grand Works Foundation, who you guys are, and why this theater fits the mission of that foundation.
So the Grand Works Foundation was formed in 2014 when we took over the theater. And our mission is to reach, revive, and restore the community for the glory of God. So it's got a faith-based component to it, but not one particular faith at all. Very family-friendly entertainment. And at the time, it was just the Gloria Theater. So a couple years ago, we pulled in another project under our umbrella called the Urbana Youth Center. And it's an after-school program servicing Urbana City School students.
And that's just across the street right here in Urbana as well. So great work being done by the Grand Works Foundation overall. I just want to close this interview out by saying I loved my time exploring your building. We got to see the great entryway. They have the Rail Car Cafe here, just a great spot to also enjoy some of the renovated space. Love the concession stand, beautiful popcorn maker here, and just a beautiful theater overall. My last question for you. Why should somebody watching right now, maybe they live elsewhere, somewhere else in the state of Ohio, why should they come here and definitely just experience a film in the cinema? Why is that a unique experience they have to have?
I think you just said it. It's the experience. From the time they walk in the door, we're all about giving them that experience. We want them to leave happier than when they came in. So you get to talk to a person at the ticket booth, you get to talk to people at concessions. We're thrilled you're here. It's not a hands-off type of thing. And we have a lot of people that literally from the time they come, they'll drive an hour and a half just because we've become their favorite theater, because it's an experience. It's not just go to a movie and go home. We want you to be a little bit better when you leave.
It's an experience to see a movie here. I love that. And Stacy, thank you so much, my friend, for showing me around this building today. I'd love to get to know this building, and I hope to get to know even more in the future. In fact, I might have to go pop in to go see a movie myself just now after this. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
For more information about events coming to the Gloria Theater, you can go to the website that you were seeing at the bottom of your screen right now. And coming up after this commercial break, we are wrapping up our series of road tripping through Champaign County. We are checking back in with our friends over at the Tourism Board to learn more about this community and recapping our wonderful experience here in town. Welcome back to Good Day Dayton. To close out our road tripping experience through Champaign County, we are checking back in with our friends over at the Tourism Board to share our experiences about everything we learned and saw right here in Champaign County. I have to say, one of my favorite spots that I got to see during this whole road tripping experience was the amazing rooftop that we saw right there on the top of the brewery in the heart of Urbana. Do you guys do a lot of community events up there?
Well, it's just the perfect place for a group of people to gather. At any time, you will find, people up there enjoying live music, just like experiencing the joy of Urbana. It's so awesome to look out and see the man on the monument there. It is a staple for our second Saturday events that happen throughout the year in downtown Urbana. You can find everybody kind of gathering at the brewery towards the end of the second Saturday events.
It's really cool that you guys do all those events in the heart of downtown Urbana, right there on the square. But I think all the things that happen throughout the whole community are just as cool. For example, I had no idea the Johnny Appleseed Museum was here in town until we connected with you guys and we were able to go check that out and meet the museum folks. And they were telling me that they love working with your team here at the Visitors Bureau because you guys work hand in hand with museums like them to really promote what goes on here in town. Don't be humble, brag on yourself a little bit, you and your team. Why do you guys take so much pleasure in promoting places like the Johnny Appleseed Museum?
Well, I think I can speak for the rest of my team. We are all from Champaign County, so it's important to us to see this community thrive. There has been such a renaissance in Urbana. It has just been such a pleasure to see it grow, to watch it develop, and to see people like you come and enjoy all what people have found so special about our community, and so we're just thrilled that everyone is now finding out about it.
I have to say, one of the things I also loved, and it's hard to single out just one group because you have so many beautiful places here, but I loved Cafe Paradiso. I mean, I am a sucker for good Italian food and anything that comes with the Italian flair. I mean, you must eat there all the time, right?
Well, it's actually really hard to get a table. You have to have a reservation. Yeah. Anytime they are open, they are busy. So it is one of the go-to places, especially for a date night. But their food is amazing, and just Pat and Patsy, the owners, they're just so wonderful as well. So not only do you get this wonderful Italian cuisine, but you get to meet the most wonderful people.
And can I just say, worst case, you forget to make a reservation for Cafe Paradiso, you drive here from Dayton or Columbus. If you don't get a table, don't worry. There's great restaurants right around the corner. Abuela's Kitchen's right there as well. I mean, obviously, try to get a table there because it's great to eat, but if you can't make it, there's so much happening in downtown Urbana. There are just so many great places to eat. And just down the road, Mix 165, so good as well. Polly, I had a true pleasure. I think people can read. I mean, I keep saying it was a genuine pleasure, but it really was. I was shocked to see how much good stuff you guys have right here in town. I hope everybody at home can live vicariously through me and actually come do it themselves and enjoy all of this for themselves. Last thing before we go, you tell me, for anybody who's maybe never been to Urbana before, or they've only just driven through, why should they definitely come visit you guys?
I think you have to come visit us, stop by just to get that small town community spirit kind of feel. Because when you come in here, you'll be greeted with a smile by the different owners of the businesses. You'll get people who are passionate about what they do and, passionate about their museum or their business, and you'll just feel that community love right from the start.
Feel that community, find that passion, great stuff across the board. My friend Polly, thank you so much for your time and for helping us explore this entire community.
Absolutely, thank you.
That does it for today's special edition of Good Day Dayton. We will see you next time, and thank you so much for watching with us.